Transformation is a great topic. If you think, how the industry needs to evolve, and at the moment, all the spotlights are on the agency world, which I disagree, because evolvement means, and transformation means, relates to everybody in the industry. What are we doing? Of course, we want to transform. We need to transform, and we are trying to do this on a global scale, and of course give the autonomy to the local markets to make the right decisions to transform as well. Transformation, though, has a different meaning to every person based on experience, age, background. An older person might understand transformation a different way than a young guy. So the most important thing is that we start communicating. Well, we should communicate already, and that's what we do, with all the parties in that ecosystem. That relates to the advertiser, relates to us, relates to the whole chain, including the technology partners. Especially when we look at consultancies that have dipped in our business the past 18 months, saying that, well, they focus on the media buy, where I say they can do that, but how relevant is that in terms of the whole ecosystem and looking at advertising from a holistic perspective? Because execution and activate advertising is just one piece that we do, where we need to fix the whole chain of process, how we deal with data, up to the top line, which starts with the advertiser, right? We can have consultancies in the room, but we should be all in the room and communicate to talk about relevant advertising, which means tearing down the silos and advertiser side. Of course, our silos as well, which we do, in our company, and every other agency is doing the same thing. Because in a transparent world, we need that connectivity, that communication between data, talent, and execution, and of course that experience for the consumer back on site. But to do that, we need that connection between the advertiser, creative agency, consultancy, and the media agency today. And of course, the technology partners, who play a crucial role here, because they will stay on the agency side from my perspective, and of course some will be directly working with big brands, but that doesn't mean that we should work against them. We should work with each other. We have something that is called Havas Village. Here in London and many other countries, we brought together creative and media with the purpose of having one strategy for our clients. Now, as we see in P&G and Renault, who are who bringing, like in Renault's case, they bring together Publicis and Omnicom to work together in one room with their teams to make sure that the strategy is aligned. As I mentioned before, there's a lack of communication, and the execution part, which is the crucial part, because we are basically driving the car to the destination, and we need to be part of how to build that car, decide what fuel it needs, and create the map. We need to be at that stage as well, because otherwise, what happens is we get a plan and we need to execute, and that cannot be efficient, and that cannot relate to great advertising. So I think it's something we have to try out, because everybody says right now, yeah, that's the model they run. It needs to work, right? And again, we need to work together, because at the end, it's about outcome-driven advertising. That's where the whole market tends to, which means we need to share media data with a creative agency, like visibility data, viewability data. It's all about the communication between those two parties, where we share the measurement piece to help making better ads, better creatives. It's all about relevance, and relevance only works in collaboration. And crucial parts are the agency on the creative side and the agency on the media side. Of course, I think that this model now with Renault is now on the start, because they want to keep the balance and don't want to have that one-sided. You can do that. The most important thing is that we need to agree on what the target is and how we reach those KPIs or outcomes together.